What's up, YouTube? It's Danny here from Team Yugi Bros, and today I'm here to talk about a deck that not a lot of people like. And if you've been on DN a lot in the past couple days, like I have, it's going to be a deck that you've most likely seen a lot of. I mean, obviously besides Lightsworn and Chronomalies, but that deck is Inzektors. And the reason why this deck has seen a lot of like increasing numbers in the dueling network community is because of the fact that it has been topping regionals. I believe it won 2 regionals, if I'm not mistaken, over the weekend, and it also uh, did very well in the Chicago 1K. Both of these deck lists that I have are from Vexica's 4666. He always does a great job doing all these lists, and he's one of the main people I go to look at all these different lists from all the different events. But this first one that we have is Robert Moore's Rats and Roaches, as he calls it. Honestly, I don't really like this list. I don't like a lot of the card choices, but they weren't my choices, and I didn't do well. I didn't play in the event, and he obviously did very well with them. Um, I believe that a lot of the reason for the success in his deck was a lot of surprise factor. I mean, I know for a fact I had no idea what this card, Verdant Sanctuary, did at all. So whenever a face-up insect monster is destroyed and sent to the graveyard, you could add one insect monster at the same level of the destroyed monster to your hand, which means that essentially he can pop his own cards and break even. He can have his opponent destroy these howling insects, which let him special summon an insect. So someone could destroy this howling insect, for example. He can then special summon a dragonfly and add a hornet. Like just things like that, where they're just things that most people wouldn't put together until it actually happened, and then it's too late, and they're most likely about to lose because now he has a dragonfly on board, a hornet in hand, and free range to do whatever he wants because he doesn't even have to waste a normal summon to get this dragonfly out. A couple of the things I really do like is I like some of the side choices. I think Dust Tornado is going to be a really great card this format. I also think Mind Crush is going to be amazing, and I feel like people should be playing both mirrors unless they're playing either light or darks, in which case play the opposite of whatever one you're playing. I feel like both mirrors are a very good side right now because a lot of the decks are elemental based and chaos based. Like people are hyping up the Chronomaly support that's coming out. People are hyping up Inzektors right now. People are hyping up the Boojans. If you have a light mirror, the Boojans can barely do anything at all. I believe they could still drop Honest. I'm not positive about that, but Honest and Crane. But don't quote me on that. I might be wrong. I don't really know all the Boojan effects or what Light Imprisoning Mirror negates and what it doesn't negate. I haven't really used it because I usually play chaos-based decks. I really like Messenger of Peace. I don't know how I like it at 1. I don't really see why Flying Sea is that good of a card choice in this situation, unless he was very afraid of Pleiades, but the third MST, basically with the Dust Tornadoes, you get to play 6 MSTs game 2 and 3. I assume this was for Geargia, unless he was afraid of Ghost Tricks, which he could have well been. I don't know why anybody would be, though. The DNA Surgery, I don't know if it's that good as of a one-of. He might have just sided it in if he knew his opponent was playing DNA Surgery so that he had an out. But the other deck I'm going to look at is the one that Vexy posted from the Chicago 1K, the one that went 7-0 in Swiss and then I believe lost in top 4. But this is a more standard Inzektor deck list, and this is the kind that I personally enjoy. I love playing Inzektors, but it's just basically what he seems like he felt like doing was making this deck as fast and consistent as possible. The Wabakos are a great choice that a lot of people online I've seen have been criticizing, but the reason why they were played is the fact that you can set your Dragonfly, have your opponent attack into it, you flip Wabako, so it flips face up and stays on the field, and which means that once again that's another way that you can start blowing stuff up without having to normal summon and be subject to Torrential Tribute, Bottomless Trap Hole, which wouldn't have a Dragonfly, but it's just a way to stop. You can't get warning. It's a great card in general. A lot of people have played it in Gear before. People have played it in what's another deck? I've seen people play it in windups actually. Just to keep if they can't blow up the first turn, they can set a Magician, keep a Magician off field, and then do stuff next turn. The triple Fiendish Chains were a great meta call. I heard there was a lot of Mermails in the tournament that he went to that this took place in. Fiendish Chain is always a great card against Mermails, against Fire Fist, against even Prophecy if they can't have the wisdom at the right time. The Call of the Haunteds are always great. The side deck looks incredibly consistent to me. The Maxis for explosive decks, DNA surgeries to counter Bujins a lot, Fire Physic counters a lot, Defissure and Soldierin to counter Water, Plant, uh, all decks like that, Light Sworn, the Land Imprisoning Mirrors, Mind Crushes. Mind Crushes are probably one of the best cards, I think, that's going to be this format. It stops all the decks that play tanky. It hurts them a lot. It hurts Spellbooks. And then the two cards that literally tell your opponent that if you are playing different types or attributes, you cannot play the game. Personally, I think this deck is going to be a decent contender. It does have a lot of glaring weaknesses, like obviously Macro Cosmos, but that's at 1. Shadow Imprisoning Mirror is a big deal, but if you're playing 3 MST and 3 Dust Tornado, it doesn't really stop much. This deck is not playing Dust Tornadoes, but I just feel like it was a great meta call for these people to play, and hopefully this deck doesn't see play because a lot of people hate it, but I personally love this deck. I don't think I'm going to personally play it this format. I might take it to a regional or something. I have all the cards, but if you guys like this content, like, comment, subscribe, and we'll be sure to start posting stuff up more regularly. We've been talking about getting on it. We're always like, oh yeah, we'll post more videos this next week, and then we never make it. But I'm making it my personal mission to start posting videos as much as possible. So, thank you. Like, comment, and subscribe.